Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Viking Conquest Reforged Edition. Now, when we left off, we had just completed a couple more runs with our trader, and indeed, we had gained a rather substantial sum. I would actually say that this is really not that substantial, but for us, it is swimming in money. Now, the one thing we do need to concern ourselves with is, of course, buying the wool from this village here, but also the fact that one of you very kindly gave me an incredibly innovative tip, and that is, once we have access to a boat, we can actually hide around here as far as I am aware. Maybe it's around here, I think that was what your comment said. And you can actually raid the boats, the trading boats, from the Kingdom of Freeze. And the only thing that you lose from that is relation with them. And, well, that, in my opinion, is completely worth it, because according to you, we gain 10,000 pennies every single time you do that. And you can imagine how incredible that would be. So, we are going to aim for that. We are going to aim to get a medium-sized boat, because I do believe you need 27 troops to be able to actually stand a chance. And, oh, look at how remarkable this is. We have 27 troops. I didn't even do that consciously. Apparently, we are just that good. No, of course not. But we are going to be heading in here and attacking some bandits, apparently. Oh. They are 18 footpads, however. I'm a little bit worried about this. Shall we head in? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky because these guys are already in the village walls. Is that correct? No. It appears as though they are around the side here, so we're going to need to deal with them post-haste. But let's just see here. We do have a lot of farmers, so I'm very hopeful that the farmers will prove their worth with their slingers, because as we know, they can actually do a sizable amount of damage. Unfortunately, the footpads actually do have shields, which is terrible. Especially terrible against us. Oh my goodness, wow, we're actually getting a couple of kills here. Who would have thought it? Oh my. Borgar Beartilt proving his worth once again. Oh yes, very nice indeed. We're getting some very nice kills right here. Some critical damage as well, considering we are attacking them from behind as well. That is very, very nice. But no thrusting attacks this time around. Oh, maybe we can get one in. No. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, thankfully enough, Kaio was doing an incredible job. And I'm not entirely sure. No. Dwewe was really not doing the greatest amount of damage. However, we did wound 6 of these footpads. And we are going to be refusing their goods and seeing if they have silver. Apparently they already have silver. Oh, very nice indeed. Okay. We are going to be... Are we going to be recruiting some people? I'm actually not sure yet, because, as we know, we were going to be acquiring some timber, as well as some... What was it? Timber and something else? Goodness me, I cannot remember what we need to upgrade our refuge. That is terrible of me, isn't it? But, nevertheless, we are going to be trading and checking to see whether they have some timber. Well, they do have wool, and even though this wool is vastly overpriced in comparison to the wool from the villages, we could go to Dorstad and sell it. Maybe. Let's assess the local prices first, and we'll take a look. You would actually gain a 230 profit from that. Is that worth it, though? Is it? Because, as we know, we already have a huge amount of wool, and they're probably going to get bankrupt very, very quickly. So let's just take 1 wool, and then we'll head on from here. I'm actually thinking I may take some food as well, just in case. And now we are going to travel to another port, and we are going to go to Dorstad. Probably should have put my troops in the refuge, shouldn't I? Yep, that probably would have been a good idea. But nevertheless, we may come across some bandits here. We may want to... Actually, wait a minute. Why do we only have 5 troops here? I'm hopeful that that is a bit of a display bug, and it is going to show 25 when we are actually there. One thing that we do need to worry about, of course, is that if we do raid those boats, the Kingdom of Freeze is no longer going to want to deal with us. So that is going to be a little bit of a difficulty, but we're going to have to make sure, absolutely sure, that we are going to not need to trade with them any further. So as we can see here, we can sell this for a remarkable amount of money. Wow, that is insane. And we can actually get some salt as well. I'm actually thinking, wait a second. I'm going to take all of this back real quick. There we are. And we're going to assess the local prices first, just because I want to see whether salt or wine is the best here. Buying wine and selling it anywhere in England, apparently, is very, very good. And buying salt as well is also giving us a very nice profit. So, we're going to do both. We are going to buy some wine, as much as we can at least. We're going to sell all the wool, and as we can see, we're going to be gaining 5.8. Very nice. And then we're going to buy the salt, and we're going to buy the wine as well. Not all of the wine, just that. And that. There we go. So we're going to be receiving 4,000 profit. Let's get one more salt. Why did I leave that out? Interesting. Okay, so is there anything else here that I want to purchase? I do not believe so. And there it is. Very nice indeed. So, okay, we are now going to be heading into the mead hall just to make sure we're not missing out on any... Oh my, Frank Horsemen, they are incredible. Ooh, slave trader. Thank you. I would like to... Wait a minute, did I not take those... Why did I not take those prisoners? Did I not take them? I think that may have slipped my mind, or they didn't allow us to. Maybe that was the reason. Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, so let's have a look here. It's a long story, but if you get yourself a drink, I'll be glad to tell it. I am a Saxon warrior. I have fought my whole life against the Welsh, and Angles too. The fate of West Seax is to govern England. It is the arrogance and hatred of our neighbours that prevents this land from being unified under a single king. The way I see it, only a Saxon ruler, or at least a man that does not accept the arrogance of those peoples, can truly bring peace to this land. Now, if ever I find such a man, I would happily serve in his shield wall. Oh yes, you can definitely join me. Yes. Okay. 200 pennies. Oh. Ask what... I have a woman here in Dorstad, a happy widow, and she says she has my child in her belly. Oh my. Okay. Well, yes, why not? There's 200 for you. I hope you have no problems with the rest of our companions, otherwise I'm going to be a little bit irritated by that. And also we have Solveig here. And we are... Oh my. I've been watching you a while. That's a little creepy, but we're going to say, who are you and why are you watching me? Okay. Calm down, handsome. It is wiser to be grateful, but allow me to introduce myself. My name is Solveig Olafsdottir. I am not just any woman, I'm a skald of sorts. By your face, I see you do not know what I'm talking about. Oh yes, you can obviously see me. Well, I must admit that there are not many like me, and here even less than in my own land of Norway. So you can understand. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh, so a battle maiden. I see. Very nice indeed. The main thing is that I have followed and studied you the past few... Followed me. Oh my. Okay, so you wish to join for luck. Yes. Okay. Very nice indeed. Oh. Okay. Well, very well. You are hired, but stop calling me handsome. Oh. Oh, and you actually join for free. Okay. I was expecting to pay quite a bit there. But what I was really excited about was getting these Frank Horsemen. How much are they going to be? Ah, we need 150 renown still. That is very unfortunate, is it not? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to travel to another port. Unfortunately, it's going to cost quite a bit. But we are going to be heading over to... probably... Bebbanborough? No. Oh, no. That's way too much. London is 1,000? Okay, so Dunwich. Dunwich is definitely the place to go. Yep. Okay, we're going to be heading over there. 700. A little bit too much, I got to say, but yes. I suppose it is necessary for what we require right here. Really should have put them in the refuge, but I was traveling around with some units just to prevent ourselves from being attacked by bandits. As actually transpired, we did actually get attacked, so... Well, we attacked some of them, at least. They were besieging one of the villages, of course. So, let's see what we can do here. We have more wool, but I think we're probably going to be selling the wine. Oh my goodness, yes. We are going to be selling the wine. Thank you very much. And should I sell the salt as well? We bought it for 70 and we can sell it for 265. I feel like that's really good. Should we assess the local prices and just see? Okay. No, that would probably not give us too much. Okay, we're going to be selling the salt here. Why not? I think that would probably give us a reasonable profit, as you can see there. 1,400. And we're now almost at 15,000, I feel. So, yeah, almost at 14,000, in fact. Okay. I was getting a little bit optimistic there. And I suppose now what we could do is we could see the ships and see if we can afford one. Well, we need one of these. Yes, we need one of these. So we need 23,000 pennies. Well, technically, probably 25,000 just to be clear and free and clear, technically. Because, of course, we are having to repair the ship as well. Or we could get one of these for 15,000, but we also have to repair it for 5,000. So, in actual fact, it's probably better just to go for the one for 39 men. Even though this one, in fact, does have a speed of 17 knots, which is, well, that's actually very good in comparison to 12. Well, I hope they are still available when we return here, but yes, it appears as though we will have to do a little bit more trading. And, oh yes, one of you did actually suggest that if we were to head over to the land of Denmark, that we could actually go to the Troll's Bridge and attack the troll there, I assume. And I can only say that I'm pretty sure that's going to be incredibly difficult, but as a reward for being incredibly, well, I have a lot of combat prowess to show at that particular arena, you would be rewarded with the best weapon, apparently the best weapon in the game, or one of the best weapons in the game. So that is actually very good to know, and thank you very much for letting me know about that. Unfortunately, I will not be doing anything about that yet. Oh my, we're having some difficulties here. Okay, so wait a minute. We have an opportunity. I'm actually very interested in taking on these masterless fighters because they have 9 prisoners, and among them they have some Saxon horsemen. I think that it could actually be rather fruitful for us, but we're gonna just take a look here and see if we can lure them away from their reinforcements. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to group up together against us, but if we are... Oh no, okay. If we are a little bit tactical, then we might be able to separate them, as I was going to say. But, as we see here, Kaio has a problem with Dwiwe. Oh, that's actually a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? Well, this guy actually has some very good armor, and I gave him one of our best helms, so I'm going to say that we are supporting Kaio. Yes, there we go. Okay, so let's just take a look here. They're still relatively close, and it is still nighttime. I do like to fight in the daytime, of course. So we're going to see whether we can actually pull this off. Ooh! It appears as though we may be in luck. Aha. Okay, so Borgar has actually leveled up. He actually leveled up in the previous episode, and I neglected to do anything there. But let us take a look, and we have 2 skill points. 2 skill points. And what are we going to be speccing into? Well, I very much like pathfinding, I have to say. Navigation might also be very nice once we have our ship. I think once we have our ship, we're actually going to be leveling up rather fast. So I think for now, we're probably still going to go for some pathfinding here, just to make sure that we can go around very, very quickly indeed. And we're also going to be going for... what else? What else could we go? I think Power Strike is probably going to help us out quite a bit, because right now what I'm finding is the enemies that have weak armor on, they're relatively easy to kill, but the enemies with more heavily armored units, they are obviously very difficult, so we are hopefully going to improve the damage dealt to them. Okay, so let's head in here. Now, I do know that this fellow is going to be very difficult to kill. But I am hoping that because we have the number advantage, we will be okay. But we're going to see. we are going to see. I do have javelins, after all, and we're going to try and take good use of them, or make good use of them, should I say. And we are now going to move everyone into a reasonable formation. Well, technically not a formation at all, but we are hopefully going to get the height advantage here, because they do have 3 Reavers as well as 1 ship captain, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with them. But we're going to see how we do. Let us hold position, everyone. Oh, it appears as though Dwewe actually does have a crossbow. I am actually rather interested to see what happens there. And these two both have javelins of sorts. Oh. Well, I'm going to be very interested to see how effective they can be with that. Unfortunately, Dwewe is not seeing any result from her crossbow attacks. Many of our skirmishers are now firing off their javelins. I'm a little bit worried about this, I gotta say. Okay, I think what we're going to have to do is actually charge them in here, because we are going to have many, many difficulties if we don't take out the initial units fast. Or at least as fast as we can. Come on, let's deal some damage. Yes. Come on, there we go. Okay, come on, let's do a 1 versus 1. Okay, never mind, a 5 versus 1, apparently. A lot of our units wanted to help us out there, and maybe we can take that guy out. Yes, we can. And where is the ship captain? There he is. We must knock him unconscious, because we want to sell him to the slave trader. Let us do such a thing. Norse companion, how dare you? It appears as though he was trying a little bit too hard to kill the ship captain, so we are going to have a little bit of a word with him later. Over a nice cold mead, or something along those lines. And we are going to, hopefully... Nope, that was a little bit too far. I was going to say, we are hopefully going to get a really lucky javelin shot, but we are just going to be defeating them with the tab button instead. And unfortunately, we did not wound any of them. However, we do now have the opportunity to rescue these fellows right here. I am very happy with that. As we can see, we actually do get our very first cavalry. I think it is our very first cavalry, at least, as we can see here. We're going to name them cavalry, thank you very much. These guys are going to go to infantry as well. There we have it. Okay, that's a lot better in my opinion. These are not skirmishers. These can be infantry, thank you very much. And, well, technically they are skirmishers because they do have ranged attacks, right? So maybe it's a mistake to make them infantry. Maybe I should just make them archery. Oh, well, I think it's okay for now. I think it is okay. And there is a very nice helm. And there is a nice war spear that we will be using instead of our bent one. And we may as well be taking the other pieces of loot as well. We can use all of the money, to be honest. Ah, excellent. Oh, this is absolutely amazing. Okay, so as we can see here, I wish you joy on your victory. Say, I really like the company of that Solveig. I see that she is extremely devoted to the safety of our shield wall. Oh yes, raise his eyebrows suggestively. Well, he didn't actually do that, but you can imagine it, can't you? Actually, I see that she is extremely devoted to you. Please, don't let it embarrass you. Oh, I think it's a little bit too late for that. A devoted woman, in fact, like that can be more valuable than 100 warriors. And then all we have to say is, very good. Yes, very good. Ah, well, nevertheless, that is actually very, very nice indeed. And maybe, just maybe, we will be able to take on these masterless fighters now as well, because we have a vastly increased army size. So, if we can still catch them with our incredible pathfinding skill, which I am very sure we will be able to, we are going to be taking them on. I will not kill you if you join me. I have a feeling that if you do that, they actually do have a chance to leave after a certain period of time. But nevertheless, we are going to be heading in here and taking them out. Now, oh, wow. Okay, who would have thought this? I actually engaged them, but for some reason, we fell into their ambush. I suppose it could have been construed that they were luring us into a false sense of security. So let us hope that that is not the case, and we are able to defend against this ambush. They do have the high ground, however, and that is going to make things very, very painful for our cavalry unit. Hopefully he's not going to run in there and die immediately, but you never know. They are relatively amusing sometimes, the AI, especially when they're on horseback. Come on, let's do some damage with our... Oh, yeah! Some critical damage. Very nice indeed. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, no, I don't have any more. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping that I'd have some more javelins. I think I need to get some more javelins. I never actually thought I would say that sentence. In a million years, in fact. Because, really? Me? Using throwing weapons? Yeah, I never would have thought I would be saying that either. But, nevertheless, I think it would actually be a rather nice idea to replace the spear with some throwing javelins. I think that might actually be a really good idea. So if we can get some from looting them, then that would actually be a really nice thing. So, I was very much hoping that there was actually going to be some javelins there, but no such luck. And instead we will be heading onward back to our refuge, and back to London as well. Okay, wait a minute, let's just be careful here. We don't want to be beset upon by something that can actually destroy us immediately, do we? And we are starting to actually lose a lot of money every single week due to our wages. Ah, look, the trading town of London, home to the Saxons. This beautiful site has a glorious past, and I might bet a bright future. Here once stood Londinium, the Roman capital of Britannia. Londonwick lies very close to the ruins of Londinium, of which now remains a fort, usually called Londonborough. Its name means trading town of Londinium, or simply as we Saxons say, London, of course. The mouth of the River Fleet serves London as a harbour for both trade and fishing. Merchants from all the nations of Europe are slowly flocking to London in search of good commercial opportunities. And here, the old gods are still very well respected, but I should not say any more about that. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to be heading into London here. I'm going to check out the Mead Hill real quick and see if we can find a slave trader. No such luck. But in other words, we are also going to be checking. They do have some wool, but it is incredibly overpriced, of course, but we are going to be selling some of our pieces of gear here. Not this torso piece and not this helm, because I think some of our new companions could probably use those, as well as these pieces of shoes here. Pieces of shoes? No. These pairs of shoes, yes. And we're also going to be taking this rusty Briton sword here. And I think that will be it. Huh. Okay, I was expecting... we can... No, I think I'll keep one of those. Keep the bent war spear, just in case. And that will be that. And so, I will be ending this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.